Right now, we're going to work on our body and show our messages inside this here. But let's go to our editor. In here, in the body section, let's close the header. Here in the section body, let's first start by creating a PHP variable saying at PHP. You can call this one belongs to auth. For now, we can simply say fake a random element array true or false. This is going to help us determine if we should push the message to the right or left, and also with other users. So after creating that, here you can create a div. Now for the div, let's add a class, but the class is going to be a blade class. So you can say add class, open bracket there, and let's put an array in here. In here, first of all, we're going to have a max width of 85%, the medium max width 78%. Make sure you put this 78% inside brackets. Flex width auto, gap to relative, and margin top, you can say 2. In here, add a comma outside here, and you're gonna push this ml auto, which is gonna push it to the right if this variable is true. Now inside this div, let's now add some elements. First of all, we're gonna have the avatar. In here, let's add a class. Here, let's say at class. First class is going to be shrink 0, margin top auto, here invisible. This one is going to be invisible if it belongs to the auth. Again, because we don't want to show the avatar for the user messages on the right. Inside the div, let's now add x avatar / again. We add class width 7, height 7. Okay, down here let's add message body. So we're gonna have a div. You're also gonna have blade class and class. You add some single quotes. Let's add the class flex wrap. Text 15 pixels. Border, your border gray 200 over 40. Then rounded XL. Let's add a custom background here. Hashtag F6, F6, F8, and FB. Okay. After that, here in the end of the single quote, add a comma and click enter so we can have a next line of classes. This one is going to be conditional classes. Background blue 500 and text white if this belongs to auth is true. So here, if it is not true, the background is going to be this and the text is going to be color black. And here it's going to be text color white and the background will be blue, so it can match up with the background and the text color. Alright, so now inside this div, let's add a p element. Here let's add a lorem. Alright, so let's just go ahead and check how it's looking like. Here if we go and refresh, you see it's looking like that. And because it's a conditional, you see now if it's on the left, it's going to show this color. Then if it's on the right, it's going to show this color. So let's go ahead and work on that. Make sure this text is white here. Alright, so for the text, here let's add some classes. So let's say white space, normal. Let's make it text small, medium, text base. Base is just the normal text size or the default. You can say tracking wide, then large, tracking normal. Alright, so after adding the text tracking normal here, actually let's remove this text black because like the text is already black by default. Here let's add text white because here if you refresh, here the text is black on the left side and then on the right, now it's now white like that on a blue background. So it's looking much better. So just remove the text black here, no need for that. Right, now after doing that, now let's go ahead and actually create a loop for these classes here. Format the document. In here, let's wrap this PHP and this div inside a for loop. So here, let's create for count the count, let's make it 12 messages. Cut this for and for, paste it down there. Alright, now if you now go and check, refresh, awesome. Now you can see when I refresh, Now you have multiple messages that we can scroll down like that, like an actual chat. So we're getting there slowly but sure. Now let's just do one last thing before we close. Let's add the avatar here. Let's add some avatar like here on the left from Unsplash. So right here, inside the div, in the avatar, let's add the source. Like we did before, let's type https at that :/. So source dot unsplash.com / let's say 200x200. You can say face, and after adding the face, in here down in the message body, I noticed that the class here, the background should be with 1.6. So here should be F6, F6, F8, and FB. Yeah, make sure the class here is correct. And I noticed that since this is the class blade, we have to completely refresh, or rather restart the npm server. So here we can open the terminal. In here in the node, the npm server, here let's click Ctrl C to close it, and then click up arrow and run npm run dev again. Alright, now after that, if we go back and refresh, awesome. Now we're going to have, on the right side with a blue background, it's now completely added, the class, and the avatar with the same avatar here, the same picture. So I think that's it for this video. I'll see you guys in the next one.